Today's segment of Knowledge Share features Michelle Burgess of Notavi Creative, focusing on social media. Welcome, Michelle.
Hi, thank you.
With today's topic on social media, with everyone feeling they need to be on social media these days, what is your recommendation for businesses?
Great question. For social media, I think it's one thing to take a step back and ask some preliminary questions, regardless of what business you're in. Especially if it's business to business, there's a certain set of dynamics that are important to use to engage with those customers. If it's business to consumer, there's a much different perspective. And then for nonprofits, sometimes they're doing fundraising or trying to get additional buy-in or get people excited about a particular cause, and then there's that type of aspect. The big thing is recognizing the difference between social media for personal usage, where there's the funny memes to put out and different offshoot types of comments, but for businesses itself and social media, there's really a strategy that needs to be involved. So across the board, regardless of what particular industry or what segment, it's really thinking about the strategic approach. At the end of the day, how are you trying to move the needle in talking with your customers or your clients? Is it getting more people to recognize your brand and have more brand awareness? Is it getting people to have a certain type of action? Are you pushing them to a website? Are you pushing them to your Facebook page more or another linkage type of site? And lastly, if you're trying to get them to act, are you trying to get them to come to an event? Are you trying to get them to donate? It's really trying to be mindful of those types of strategies. So we always say and really think about, at least through our lens, of the importance of thinking about the strategic approach, what buckets make the most sense, and then coming up with a schedule in regards to that.
And what frequency do you feel is needed in social media?
A lot of times what we like to think about is the viewership that your audience would have. So some really top level recommendations is we would say, try to post in the morning. And the beautiful thing about posting with businesses on social media is, unlike your personal page, you can schedule posts. So for our clients, we say, you could sit down and block it out for a month, or if you know that you're going to be busy on a Thursday and you want to post something on a Thursday, you can do it in advance. But in general, when folks are waking up, it's great where if there's a relationship message that you want to create, have something posted at 6:30. Get a post right before the lunch hour so that someone has something to read. And then usually we recommend at 6 or 7 o'clock at night in the evening when people are just starting to wind down, if there's a different message in that regard, to post it then. Another thing that we always share with our clients is sometimes you just miss posts, you miss information. So it doesn't hurt to repeat yourself from one week to another to remind folks about an event or to remind folks to take a certain action. It's really important to think about that because sometimes you don't always catch the post.
Any final recommendations?
I think the big thing for social media is to really be mindful and think about the buckets. We always tell our clients, start small, start strategic. Those that start off and say, I'm going to post every day and I'll be able to handle this. From a capacity standpoint, you might not have people in place in order to execute that all the time. So we always recommend start small, be tactful, try to get 2 or 3 posts a week, and then continue to grow. A lot of folks we find are wearing multiple hats, and social media is just one of their roles. They don't have the opportunity to have a person dedicated to social media. So it's really thinking about what types of input can you get from staff? What can you get for your team? What would make some great posts? And once you're able to figure out what are the strategic buckets and what type of information would make sense, it's a lot more readily able to create social media.
So for anyone who has any additional questions, they can certainly visit notavicreative.com. Thank you.